Stonehenge has been a mystery for a long time. That might have changed. Archaeologist Mike Parker Pearson theorized that Stonehenge was but a part of a larger ritual landscape. He followed an old theory made by British cleric Geoffrey of Monmouth, who stated that Stonehenge was a monument for the dead. Pearson figured that if Stonehenge was the realm of the dead, then where was the realm of the living? In the 1960s, a road was being built through Durrington Walls, not more than 2 miles north of Stonehenge. Durrington Walls was another henge of the type Stonehenge was before the stones arrived. Whilst digging, aware of the region's historical past, archaeologists found remains of timber post holes, altogether forming another henge. Woodhenge was born. The total size of Woodhenge was nearly identical to that of Stonehenge. After evaluating the imprint of the timber logs, archaeologists were able to estimate the size and weight of each pole. Pearson unleashed his team of archaeologists onto the area, and they found exactly what they were looking for. Their excavations revealed that the floors of several houses, if the entire enclosed area of Durrington Walls was used, it may have had up to 1,000 houses and perhaps up to 4,000 people within its borders. If this was the case, it would have been the largest village in northern Europe for a brief period. At 500 meters in diameter, Durrington Walls is the largest henge in Britain.
Stone has long been associated with the dead in ancient cultures, and wood with the living. It's not much of a stretch of imagination for Pearson to assume he's found this realm of the living. Stonehenge had a large avenue connected to it, that ended in the River Avon. We know from mythologies all around the world that water, and more specifically rivers, play an important part in the journey between life and death. For the two to be connected, Durrington Walls would have to be connected to the river. Sure enough, after he would go on to lead an excavation at Durrington, he found an avenue leading straight into the River Avon. Whilst digging for signs of a settlement in Durrington, Pearson also found huge piles of pig and cattle bones, many of which were still joined together. This means that at the time they were thrown away, there was still soft tissue holding them together. This in turn tells us that these people were feasting. Feasting? A feast is celebratory. What were they then celebrating? A clue is to be found in the astronomical link between the two henges. On the morning of the winter solstice, the center of the timber circle pointed at the rising sun. At the end of the day, the center of Stonehenge would perfectly frame the setting sun. Exactly 6 months later, at the summer solstice, Stonehenge's avenue would point right at the rising sun. Naturally, at the end of the day, the avenue at Durrington Walls would align with the sunset. It is believed during these days crowds from all over the area would come down to the henges, to start a sort of progression in honor of the dead, and the cyclical nature of life. Now, as perfect as this theory might sound, it's still just a theory. No matter how much we excavate and lay bare the intricacies of the Stone Age, there is little to be stated as absolute fact.
Goed gedaan, Wouter.